Hello and welcome. This is the instructor portion of the copyright assignment. Again, my name is Brittany Hearn and I will be discussing the Assure model as it pertains to the copyright assignment in Module 9. The Assure model is an acronym for Analyze Learners, State Standards and Objectives, Select Strategies and Resources, Utilize Resources, Require Learner Participation, and Evaluate and Revise. So let's take a look at how this Assure model is going to tie into the copyright assignment that myself and Ms. Stewart are collaborating on. For Analyze Learners, my learners would be Ms. Stewart and myself, 4th and 5th grade classes. They are considered digital natives. Therefore, the idea of technology is definitely not foreign. The students have been introduced to the vocabulary regarding copyright laws in Ms. Stewart's lesson, and they are able to locate resources through print and digital as a requirement during my lessons in the library. The demographics of the class is a good mixture of Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 students. Therefore, the necessary accommodations will be provided for those students as outlined in their IEP, and assistance will be offered to everyone. So the standard and objective that I have selected for this Assured model is actually the Texas School Library Standards, Strand 4, Dimension 6. The library encourages students to use digital intellectual property responsibly, understand current copyright rules, make responsible online decisions, understand the significance of digital identity, and use positive digital citizenship practices. In this standard, I underline understand current copyright rules as the idea of the assignment, the copyright assignment. But I also wanted to highlight intellectual property, as intellectual property is discussed in the part that I am administering to the students, as getting them to understand what exactly is considered intellectual property and what isn't, and as well as internet safety, which having them make responsible online decisions. So this standard for Dimension 6 really ties in for this whole assignment. And that's my objective. As a librarian, it is key to remember that this is a beginning lesson over copyright law and plagiarism. There will be an understanding that the students are novice when it comes to copyright laws, and that they will require repetition to understand the concept. I do not expect my students to grasp this concept the first go around. I do expect them to make mistakes, and I expect to guide them through those mistakes through my select strategies and resources. So my instructional strategies, I will use a story in or a real life scenario. Since they are digital natives, the stories will be more personalized because they would have heard them on the internet or they would have heard them on the radio. And I want to create a visual image for my visual learners, along with any audio pieces for my auditory learners. My resources, I will actively engage my students, making sure to plan to assess student understanding, all while maintaining a realistic timeline. So I want my students to be able to understand what I am presenting to them, but I also understand I cannot spend a whole 9 weeks on copyright laws. Some of the items that each student would need as far as in their group will be a laptop or Chromebook, pencils, and access to Web 2.0 tools like Slidesmania, Google Slides, BrainPop, etc. Through the utilized resources, I plan to go by the 5 P's process, which is preview the resources, prepare the resources, prepare the environment, and prepare the learners and provide the learning experience. So with reviewing the resources, it will be a collaboration with myself and Ms. Stewart on exactly what we want our students to have access to. And then with preparing the resources, every student will be given a copy of the grading rubric, and it will be discussed with the students, as well as they'll be given a copy of the list of resources, digital or print, that they may utilize. Prepare the environment. The environment will remain in the library as the primary location. However, I will make occasional trips to the classroom to assist Ms. Stewart when she's discussing parts of the assignment that she would like to have with the students. When it comes to preparing the learners and provide the learning experience, once again, I will reiterate the rubric, and I will also present the presentation and the assignment to the students so that they're able to get started right away and we can move forward. Require learner participation. Of course, the presentation. During my presentation, the students should maintain active listening and be engaged at all times. Questions may be asked at the end of the presentation. And also, as far as the activity, after the conclusion of the presentation, students will be given an opportunity to ask questions for clarity. The questioning and informal assessments will be used for every lesson to ensure a clear understanding. So my students will already be familiar with my questioning, and they'll already be familiar with the informal assessments, as that will be something as a stamping mark for every lesson that I give in the library, along with continuing to follow the rules of the school, the classroom, and the library. Last, they evaluate and revise. With the primary grade level focus of 4th and 5th graders, a simple, straightforward rubric will be used. In this rubric, it will be set on two components: met or not met. So you either get points or you don't get points, and it will be judged on originality, which is the information is in your own words. Once again, honing in on that copyright, trying to make it, and also plagiarism, making it into your own words. Organization and knowledge. Presentation is easy to follow. All required parts are complete, so the students are following the assignment to the T. Digital media. Visuals match the topic and display students' creativity. When I'm asking for a visual, I don't want just any visual. I want the student to be able to use critical thinking to grasp visuals, audio, and bring it to life. Copyright. Students give credit the source the information was borrowed from. And so, given that credit, I understand a lot of things the students will find will not be their own original work. It would be something that they found as while conducting their research. But I want them to be able to give credit to that particular person, hence the copyright assignment. And then finally, spelling and grammar. I don't want any more than 10 spelling and grammar mistakes. And so I understand mistakes are going to happen, but as 4th and 5th graders, they are well equipped to understand how to use a dictionary, how to ask questions if they don't understand how to spell a word or what a word means. So I don't expect nothing less from my students with regarding this rubric, because they will be well rehearsed on what the rubric will entitle, and they will definitely get the job done. And I look forward to implementing this imaginary Assure model soon. Thank you.